Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good one, and welcome back to Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. Before we crack on from where we left off in the previous episode, there was something that I wanted to share with you that's actually in the base game. You don't need Phantom Liberty for this. At some point during your playthrough, a random mission will pop up in the Jinguji fashion shop in downtown Night City. This is an extremely expensive and high-level clothing vendor.
Welcome to Jinguji.
So the mission pops up, you think, oh, what's this? You head inside, and initially there doesn't actually appear to be anything going on.
Ah, look who it is. What a lovely surprise. I'd almost forgotten that pretty face, and what a pity that would be. Welcome back to our little oasis of elegance. Now, what can I do for you today? Maybe a little upgrade, Sequins are back, you know.
The only thing you can actually do in here is buy some clothes.
I don't know. Surprise me. Inspire me. Fresh jacket, maybe? Some new pants?
Or both. You are begging for a new do. Of course, nothing wrong with this look, but fashion waits for no man. Now, just between the two of us, a touch of elegance can go a long way.
So since there's nothing else to do other than buy some clothes, I go ahead and buy some clothes. A point to note here, this fashion house has actually partnered with Arasaka to develop bespoke submachine guns that match their clothing. And it's while you're doing your shopping that stuff happens.
Guards, get the door! Hold him there! I'm sounding the alarm! Hold on!
Your little spot of retail therapy gets rudely interrupted by a cyber psycho attack who makes absolute mincemeat of the shop security.
Fuck V, get down, he's whacked.
Be here in a moment! Hold him! Hold him till
Now
he
you've got
gets
two
here.
ways of dealing with this.
Talking to me?
Deal with him yourself, or just hold on and wait for MaxTac to turn up. MaxTac, of course, being the Night City Police Department's cyber psycho response force.
MaxTac, thank God.
Keep it up! Target neutralized. Secure the witnesses.
Just had to go play dutiful consumer in a corpo suit.
Can hear you, remember?
How could I forget?
You, over there. Statements, now.
Finally. Just have to mop this gunk up. We'll be back in business.
Situation resolved. Deactivate alarm. Sit. Hands where I can see them. In accordance with Article 105 of the Cyberpsychosis Procedure Code, your statements will be recorded and retained. Melissa Rory, MaxTac Senior Officer. Please state your name and occupation.
Zane Jagger. I work for Jinguji, an oasis of elegance. Habit.
V. Merc. Occasional client of Zane's.
Johnny Silverhand, rock legend, voice in V's head.
Oh,
and
fuck,
also,
Johnny.
let me pretend I exist sometimes, okay?
Checks out. Please describe what happened starting from the moment of the attack.
I was just presenting V with a one-of-a-kind offer when I suddenly heard shouting from the street.
Zane was trying to sweet-talk me into some sparkly sequence shit. Psycho storms in, wipes the hustle. Zane hits the alarm, locks us in with the fucker. Thanks, Zane.
Mr. Jagger followed the correct security protocol. He significantly reduced the assailant's range of effectiveness.
Yeah, noted. Play cat and mouse around the whole range of effectiveness before you lot showed up.
Anything else? Unusual behavior?
Besides slicing and dicing my people and this store's reputation? No, nothing at all.
Thank you for your cooperation. That is all. Coroner's been notified. Be here any minute. Jagger, this store is closed until the investigation is complete.
Except that is not all, because there's more going on
V,
here than meets the eye.
Once we clean this place up, come by whenever you like. I'll hand-pick something special, just for you.
Smith, report.
Thanks.
How's it looking?
Later, Zane.
Killed 2 wounded
And I'm not talking about the follow-up where you get come back later and pick something
Nice
from the
work.
selection on the house.
You feel that back there? Feel his life
There's
leave his
something very
body?
strange about this MaxTac officer.
Hold up a sec. Your Mantis blades. Higurashi 2013s. Weren't those pulled off the market in '69? Recall they don't play well with neural processors. Poking a part of the prefrontal cortex they shouldn't be poked at. Probably would have bought a pair myself weren't for that.
Good eye. Had them installed years ago. They're very... precise.
Huh. Thought MaxTac preferred Arasaka blades as their standard issue. But, well, seeing how you handle these wrist razors...
They're my reminder. When I see them, I see what they've sliced. Muscle, tendon, bone, even implants. Like a hot knife through butter.
But you're with the good guys now, right?
Part of these conversation options don't really tie up because she didn't kill him, I did. But, situation resolved, Cyber Psycho dealt with, one extremely creepy MaxTac police lieutenant, the results of the Cyber Psycho's handiwork on the pavement outside before he gained access to the store. Situation over. Except we've seen that police officer before. A very, very long time ago. Does anybody remember this?
Touch me like I'm an ordinary man. Have a look in my eyes. Underneath my skin there is a violence. It's got a gun in its hands. Ready to make sense of anyone, anything.
This is the teaser trailer for Cyberpunk 2077 that first appeared on YouTube 10 years ago. This was the thing that got me all hot and bothered about the idea of a Cyberpunk computer role-playing game. I very nearly said a Cyberpunk RPG there, but of course the whole game's based on the Cyberpunk RPG written by Mike Pondsmith in the 1980s. Wow, 40 years ago. Oh man, I feel old. And that is NCPD MaxTac Police Lieutenant Melissa Rory, showing off the mantis blades that V recognised when she responded to the Cyber Psycho attack at the Jinguji fashion show. Except, this is before she was NCPD Police Lieutenant Melissa Rory, because she is the Cyber Psycho going berserk in Night City in this 10-year-old teaser trailer. They're the same person. So they put this one random pop-up mission in Cyberpunk 2077 as a direct reference to the teaser trailer that they unveiled, I think it was at E3, 10 years previously. This teaser trailer's had 28 million views on YouTube, so I suspect most of you have probably already seen it, although you may have forgotten about it. And it's entirely possible that you didn't realise, although it is kind of spelled out for you in the teaser trailer, but it's 10 years old, so you may have forgotten that the Night City Police Department's MaxTac Cyber Psycho response force are so effective because they're all basically reformed cyber psychos. Although if Lieutenant Melissa Rory is anything to go by, only just barely reformed. Anyway, on with the show. So, Songbird is a prisoner of Kurt Hansen and doesn't want to be rescued because her survival depends on getting something from Hansen. It's confirmed that she's a traitor, by the way. She absolutely definitely worked with Hansen to bring down Space Force 1 and capture or kill the president. So she's lied to and manipulated everybody right from the start for her own gains, and there's no way to know whether or not she isn't lying now as well, whether or not she is actually a prisoner of Hansen or she's still working with him.
The rules is not that different. V, you're here. It's about time too. Nearly done finalizing the plan.
And? How's progress?
Just a small difference of opinion to iron out.
Before NC, we worked in Op in Colombia. Medellin. Song's
Not
first
now,
mission.
Alex. We have enough to do without digging up ancient history.
What happened in Medellin? What was the op there?
We had our sights trained on a guy who sat in the Colombian president's back pocket. Sold him smuggled Corp-Tech.
You saying the FIA pulls strings overseas?
A lot of what we do doesn't get printed in the norm sheets. Anyway, we used stolen identities on that mission too. Things didn't go exactly as planned, but that's a long story.
I think we can spare 60 seconds. Hell, might even learn something about SOMI that'll prove useful.
All right. Our person of interest was one Luis Hernandez, arms trading heavyweight. We aim to plant our own SA in his organization. Alex had adopted the identity of an engineer from Hernandez's entourage. She was our ticket in. She walks in to attend a meeting one day. She sees one of Luis's bikini model girlfriends prancing out on her way to Walkie's Doberman. Spending big money on kitsch luxury. It was kind of his MO.
So what happened?
Well, Somi had put together Hernandez's dossier. Problem was, an important detail slipped through the cracks. The engineer's abject fear of dogs. Cold sweat, shaky hands, soggy pant leg, that kind of fear. When the Doberman sniffed Alex's knee, she pats him on the head and says, "Who's a good boy?" Then, she went to pull up a chair at Hernandez's table. Before she could sit down, they had 2 barrels to her head and 1 trained at the base of her spine.
What did you do?
Well, my hands are bound, got a sack on my head. Here a collapsible baton snap into place. Thwack. I did what anyone do in that sitch. I lied my fucking ass off. Don't sit quite straight to this day, though.
Okay, back to Night City, folks. With our sights trained on a new target.
Okay, cool story, bro. Let's get to the plan. Which I presume is going to be something to do with Aurore and Aymeric Cassel, the 2 Belgian netrunners that we got the personality imprints from at the roulette table during Hansen's party, where Songbird dropped the bombshell on us that she didn't want to be rescued at all. She needs something from Hansen, and Hansen needs these 2 Belgian netrunners to help her get it.
We've parsed the intel from the shard Somi gave me. It's a solid foundation for the mission we want to run. Surveillance, recon, data gathering, planning, it's all done. It's high time we righted some wrongs of the past.
Fuck off, Reed. Give it a rest, will ya? Nothing here's your fault. Woman's an adult, made her own decisions. Consequences caught up to her.
No, she was manipulated. There was no one around who could have had her back. Here, V. Mission details on this.
Alex nailed it. If anyone's to blame, it's Myers, not you.
You might be right, but so am I. Right, our objective, to free Somi from under Hansen's duress. Unfortunately, this ain't a normal rescue op. Because, well, she's been infected with something from beyond the Black Wall. A consequence of her service to the NUS and President Myers. I'm not about to pretend I understand the tech whys and how. The important thing is, if she doesn't get treatment, it'll kill her.
The cure is an AI that lives on a neural matrix. Hansen possesses said matrix now. We aim to seize it.
So this neural matrix, how much do we know?
Experimental tech nested in a mainframe that someone dragged up from deep beneath Dogtown. From a bunker, to be exact. Part of Project Cynosure, a joint US Militech operation mounted in a bid to counter Arasaka's Soul Killer. The Matrix itself is a functional container. It houses an AI from beyond the Black Wall, and its design lets the user deploy the AI for a specific purpose. In our case, to fix you in Songbird.
All right. Plan. Let me hear it.
Hansen to meet with the netrunners you already know. The meeting itself is our chance to get close to Song and the Matrix. Hansen hired the French duo because they worked for Militech years back. They know its security protocols inside out.
Also, they're selling Hansen access codes. Handy when Songbird goes to extract the Matrix from the Cynosure mainframe. Hansen's gunning for data from what he knows was a secret Militech NUS research project. He has no idea the neural matrix is in there too. Runners, scans, and behaviorals we have. Now we just need to take those twins out of the equation.
So we kidnap them. How we want to do this?
They're driving a rental while in NC, an exploitable opening. We're gonna track their ride and hijack it before they reach Hansen at the stadium. That's where you come in, V. We'll need you to breach the rental firm's tracking system. Alex will fill you in later. Once we have the runners, you'll take their place. The behavioral imprints are tuned already.
Brings us to the final stage, right? Meeting with Hansen.
Right. Where you'll sell them the access codes to the mainframe. In other words, the key to unlocking your medicine cabinet. One of you will join Somi in the lab to feed in the codes when needed. Hansen's likely to keep the other at his side. Collateral.
I'll stay with Hansen, you'll join Songbird. Once the data floodgates are open, you'll signal me. Gonna disarm Hansen, take him and his guards out.
Hansen and his goons. Aim to handle them on your own?
Can do a lot more than play dress-up, thank you. Plus, element of total surprise in my corner. Still, sweet of you to worry.
Sounds like Flatline and Hansen set in stone.
Order came directly from Myers. Confirmed at the state. He took a potentially lethal swipe at the president of the NUS.
And Songbird?
We have to rescue her. Myers told you as much herself. All clear? If you have any questions, now's the time to ask.
How much have you told Myers? What's she know?
That Somi's fallen into the hands of the man who's organized the downing of Space Force One.
Is that all?
All for now.
Interesting.
Things couldn't be clearer. Let's get to work.
So he hasn't told Myers that Songbird was working with him to do it.
So, time we talk nabbing the runners?
Cover that in a minute.
Reed's got this real blind spot where Songbird's concerned. I mean, she's a confirmed traitor. The president's already authorised the hit on the guy who took a swipe at her on board Space Force One, and Reed's holding from her the news that Songbird was in on it. Did I miss something here? Looks like a file on Hansen.
Kurt Hansen. Bit younger, looks like. Guess the royal asshole look is nothing new.
But still from the Unification War days. Night City, Operation Midnight Storm. He was in command. His unit was spread out along the bottom of an open storm channel awaiting reinforcements. An Arasaka supercarrier docked in the bay instead.
So they get exfilled? What? Hansen loved NC so much he came back years later?
No. NUS Military Command left them to die. The op got swept under the rug, so Hansen did eventually claim the zone. Just not for us. The man he is today, the situation we're in, it's all the fruit of poor decisions we've made.
Well, that sounds familiar. Anyway, let's see what Alex wants. Oh, there's more.
Honestly, did this one Chun manage to build an army inside NC? It's just wild to me.
The bulk of his force are local thugs. Hansen's inner circle equipped him, trained him, albeit minimally. They're overgrown kids. They do something street level to get noticed, they get a gun. Staying alive gets some bulletproof vest or some other contraband toy. That's how it works.
Goons with prototype iron that fell off the back of a truck. Nova. Barghest's Corps, Inner Circle. Ex-Militech Commandos?
A specific op brought them to NC under Hansen's command. They're only a dozen or so strong. Outside looking in, they seem rock solid. Actually, they're anything but. Without Hansen, the command structure crumbled.
Okay, that's interesting, because I did assume that all of Barghest were ex-Militech Commandos, and that's not the case.
Intercepting the runners. How do we do that?
They're driving a rental. Plans to break into the rental service system. Karen Exotics. Specializes in rare models. Karen has tracking stations around the city. Gain access to those, we find the car easy. There's a station not far, near Pacifica Serenity Bible Church. Check it out.
So, breach the station, trace the car. Good. What then?
Use this little doodad. It'll pop the locks on the doors, let you take complete control from the trunk.
Sounds simple enough.
Tech worth tens of thousands can help any plan go off like a dream. When you think you're near a station, scan your surroundings. They're not concealed. Shouldn't be tough to spot.
Get right on it.
Okay, is that it? Apparently I still need to talk to Alex. I thought we'd covered everything. No, that is it. Okay. So, we need to intercept and deal with the two, I thought they were Belgian, turns out they're actually French, netrunners, Aymeric and Aurore Cassel. And to do that, we're going to hack into the subnet of the rental company whose car they're driving. All seems fairly straightforward. But of course, where Songbird's involved, Nothing's ever straightforward.
B, heads up. I can't talk long, but two things, quickly. First, good news. I managed to upgrade your relic's firmware. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Don't worry, completely painless.
First, good news, you said. Is there a second thing?
Right, it's super important. Stays between us. It's gotta. Proof of my trust. I'm sending you coordinates. Come after dark. We should be able to talk freely. Okay, E to Delta, but see you soon.
Right, so yeah, Reed and Alex have come up with a fairly straightforward plan. This will be the point where Songbird makes it complicated. She's going to have a plan of her own, isn't she? And it's not going to be a plan that Reed and Alex are going to approve of. And I'm going to have to keep it from Reed and Alex, assuming I trust Songbird. And I don't trust Songbird, because Songbird, unlike Reed, who's been completely 100% straight with me right from the start, Songbird has done nothing but lie to and manipulate everybody involved from the very beginning. Also, can I just point something out here? Songbird says she wants me to get in touch with her any time between 11 PM and 1 AM. And when does she tell me this? 8 minutes after 1 AM. I'll say this much. She's got a woman's sense of timing. Right, okay. Oh, don't worry, it's fine. There are almost no women who watch my videos. I'm reasonably sure I got away with that one. Right, so we're in Pacifica. This is just around the corner from the Voodoo Boys Chapel. Where is... Oh, is that it? Yes, there's my access point. Alright. Target located, let's go and hack it. Oh. There's Voodoo Boys in them nar hills. Ah, this is fine. I don't mind killing Voodoo Boys. In fact, I do this for free. I really don't like the Voodoo Boys. Oh, how do you like my new smart SMG, by the way? It's called the Pizdets. The name's probably a reference to something, but what, I have no idea. Downsides, it only has a 20-round magazine. Upsides, it is absolutely lethal. You get this from completing a side mission, a gig handed to you by Mr. Hands, where there's a bunch of Brazilian special agents who were working in Night City to track down a former team member who went missing over a year ago. The mission's completely off the books, of course, arranged by Mr. Hands, the dogtail fixer, and they do pay well. And when you kill the final mission boss, you get this smart SMG from the body. Probably the best smart SMG in the game, even better than the Protec Arasaka SMG that you recover from their storage facility in some other area of... No, I can't remember. The only real downside is the limited magazine capacity. But the longer you're locked onto a target when firing from the hip, the faster the rate of fire, and if you actually aim with it, it delivers lethal and extremely fast triple shot bursts that are all headshots. Also, it will randomly apply one of your quick hacks to the target, so it's really, really nice. Just make sure I get all of the loot. I need to break all this shit down for crafting components so I can upgrade all of my weapons and cyberware. Right. Where am I? Oh, there it is.
Great. Just great. Got a problem, Alex. Gonna take more than breaching one station to recreate the encryption key.
Fuck. Give me a sec. Okay, got another station for you to try.
I suppose as hiccups go, this one's relatively minor. And having 20 points in the netrunner skill tree...
Hold on. Let me ping the station remotely. Try to save us some time.
Clever.
does unlock other options.
No response.
Even if it doesn't work.
Standing around's gonna help?
It might.
That was worth a shot.
Let's get to it.
Good luck out there. And raise Reed soon as you grab that encryption key.
Sometimes having sufficient points in various different skills does allow you to bypass certain mission mechanics, just not this time. The next access point is some distance away in Rancho Coronado. This is 6th Street Gang territory. And they're not immediately hostile. I have worked with them before, but I wouldn't go so far as to say they were allies. I don't have to get involved in any fights with them, as long as I stay out of their way. Ah, it's up there. Gonna have to jump.
Looking for something? Won't find it here. There's nothing to find.
Transceiver. Need to jack in quick. 2 secs and I'm gone.
You do you.
Borked.
It ain't working? Jesus. You want a hint? I can tell you how to fix it if you really want to fix it. Old people need help with this stuff sometimes. So, yeah, turn it off first, then turn it back on. You know, I can tell you where to look for the on button for 1,000 ads. Interested?
1,000 eddies? Nope.
Thanks, but no thanks. Be fine on my own.
Sure. Yeah, totally. What about 10? I'll help you for 10 ads too.
Yeah, I'll pay 10.
Okay. Eddies are all yours.
Nova. Done deal.
So, switch. Where is it?
I don't know exactly. Around here. Telling you where to look, not where to find it. Just like I said. We'll play hot and cold. If you're close or far, we'll holler hot or cold. Let's start playing. You'll get it.
Is that a real gun she's playing with?
Warmer!
I mean,
Getting hot!
It kind of looks like one of those Chinese smart pistols. It's Night City, it's not really surprising.
Warmer! Getting hot!
Okay, here we go.
Hot!
Have you tried turning it off and turning it on again? Ah. Yep. Sorry about your shows. Oh, I seem to have upset the 6th Street Gang. Oh, I need to turn it back on again. Don't worry, normal service will resume momentarily.
You got 2 surefire fixes. Hard reboot or hard... Yo!
Oh,
Don't even
this
think
isn't
about
good.
flatlining here. I'm gonna touch a corpse.
This gotta be what having a fucking stroke feels like.
Perfect, Johnny. Thanks.
Wasn't on purpose. Just gotta pick up the pace. Clock's ticking.
I'm doing what I can.
Alright, doesn't look like I'm going to die immediately. Let's get this done. Hopefully it will be enough. Can reconstitute the encryption key. Yes! Preem. Now what? Message there from Reed. Okay, so Reed's going to get in touch as soon as Aurora and Americ are heading for the meet with Hansen. In the meantime... Oh, another message from Reed. Check it out once I'm no longer stuck in the garbage. Right, yeah. Okay, so I'm just waiting on word from Reed. In the meantime, I can run other missions, or I can go and meet Songbird and see just exactly how she is going to try to screw everything up. Let's go and meet Songbird.
Well, here we are. You and me, face to face.
We're not meeting in person, of course. She's a prisoner of Kurt Hansen. This is through the relic chip.
Sure we're alone. Wouldn't want any unpleasant
No
surprises.
surprises. Except maybe you're already one of us. Don't trust a soul.
This spot. Didn't pick it at random, I guess.
Guessed right. Wanted to show you something. Means a lot to me. Could help put some things in perspective.
This will be where she spins me a bunch of bullshit in order to make me trust her.
And it means I trust you.
Yeah,
Come over here.
here it comes. You see, the thing about this game and these characters is that CDPR do an incredibly good job of making everything ambiguous. I mean, take Reed for example. I trust Reed, because as far as I know, Reed has never been anything other than 100% honest with me. As far as I know.
So what's so special about this place?
Lived just 2 blocks off. While I was here in NC on assignment.
I'm sure Reed has some secrets of his own, but he's shared everything with me that I need to know, and as far as I've been able to tell, it's all been true.
Locals come here after sunset. Fire up grills. Crack open beers. Talk about nothing in particular.
I mean, I realise Reed's a spy, and technically lying convincingly is part of the job. But everything he's told me is checked out.
I'd swing by here come evening sometimes. All of it. Every inch is special. Reminds me of Brooklyn. Actually from there.
Wouldn't mind hearing about it. Brooklyn.
Got this memory. It was the night before I raided a Militech data fort. I'm sitting out on my fire escape. Just lit a J. Down on the street, I see a party starting. There's playful screams and laughter. Someone's blasting funk from their stoop. I hear Willie too. Sells the best scout dogs around. He's shit-talking one of his tunes. And there's bonfire smoke in the air. Safe. Familiar.
Were they celebrating something?
Yeah. A Thursday.
So Reed's either the world's greatest liar, or he is actually telling me the truth. And I think he's telling me the truth.
Yeah, know the feeling.
Got a place you hold close to your heart too.
Not a place. That was always changing. But people, sure. Memories of home. Yearning to go back.
Can't rewind the clock, V. By the time you realize you missed something, it's usually too late. Suppose we should get back to the here and now.
Attack on Myers. You schemed it up with Hansen. I know that.
Yeah, neural matrix was pricey. But honestly, I never thought he'd try to kill her.
You betrayed her.
Not just her. Nothing went according to plan. What a fucking mess.
Sent Myers' entire flight crew to an early grave. Myers herself too, almost.
Ground the plane. That was the plan. Didn't expect he'd blow it to shit. Not much of an excuse, I know.
So what was your plan?
For you to rescue Myers while I secured the AI Matrix, and for us to run. All before Kurt caught on. Now Hansen's changed the terms of our deal. They'll make him answer for the attack. He knows that, so he's covering his ass. The one thing he doesn't know is what's on the Cynosure mainframe. He's hoping it's data he can use as leverage against the NUS. Says that's my ticket to freedom, but as soon as he gets his hands on it, I'm dead. I just know it.
Now, this is the first thing Songbird's told me that I actually believe.
It fucked everything up, I know, V. But I had no choice.
Always got a choice, son. Always.
Didn't. Not this time. For Myers, the NUSA, I'm just another weapon in their arsenal. Tool for reaching beyond the Black Wall. And weapons and tools, they don't get to make decisions or choose to retire.
Burden of past mistakes. We both bear it. It ain't easy. Me for the biochip, you for the Blackwall.
You mean to say it's my fault?
No, just that when you try to save yourself, it's usually somebody else who pays the price.
Yeah. Ain't that the brutal fucking truth? You're the only one I can trust with this. Only question is, after everything you just heard, feel the same way about me?
Don't trust Reed? Guy wants to save your life.
He saved me once already. Word of a boss shit on Militech crossed his desk, so he knocked on a 19-year-old girl's door with an offer she couldn't refuse.
Join and serve or become a Netwatch trophy.
That girl died that day. The person in front of you is what was born from that death. Of course, Reed, he died too. Just more recently. 7 years ago.
Yeah, when you betrayed him.
The NUS issued his death sentence, yet he serves the country to this day, clinging to something that's lost all meaning to me.
I want to ask, actually, what happened exactly? You know, when you reached past the Blackwall.
Know the feeling when you try to remember the address of a place you lived half your life, but it just turns up blank?
Mean losing your memory?
A snowflake lands on my glove. I can calculate its unique fractal structure. But what did my mom's voice sound like? Sometimes I lose control. Or get the sense I'm surrendering to someone else. But it feels horrible.
Felt it too, with the Chimera. Like a living nightmare.
Yeah. More and more, I get the sense someone's standing behind me. But there's never anyone there.
Thing is, I know Songbird's a liar and a manipulator, but I don't think she's lying about this.
Get the feeling this is the first time you've been honest with me.
Yeah. With you and myself.
The thing is, the best lies always contain just enough truth to make it easier to swallow the lie that's wrapped around it.
I need to get away. From Kurt, then USA, Reed. From everything.
Speaking of, out of everybody out there, you saw Hansen as a trusty ally. Seriously?
I needed someone who could tear me from Myers' grip. I knew him from my time in Night City when I was posted here.
Took a steep risk, all right. And a plain gonk one at that.
That's why I enlisted you, too.
Night City's just a pit stop along your escape route. That was always the plan, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's just... things got complicated. Messy. Certainly didn't expect my old agency chooms to get involved. Or to find myself caged by Kurt. I'm fleeing, B. Gotta get out. And to do that, I need you. 'Cause you know how it is.
How am I to know this isn't an elaborate con? Be nice to have some kind of guarantee.
I can't give you one, sorry. But I've shown you my trust. I mean, you're free to sell me out to Reed, right? Or trust me enough to save us both. No guarantee for either of us. Fair deal, I say.
Okay. Say I believe you. What's the next step?
We go through with the mission, grab the neural matrix. While Reed and Alex grapple with Hansen, we make our getaway.
And then?
You help me skip town. I already cut a deal with the Black Clinic far, far from Night City. There, the Rippers can access the Matrix and use an algorithm to create a prototype of our cure. They'll need me present to run their tests. The moment they're finished, I'll send word. And that's it. Everything. Like a weight off my shoulders, honestly. Now I have to ask. You're in this because you understand me? Or because I promised to save your life?
I know she's a liar and a manipulator, and I just don't trust anybody who's putting this much effort into making me trust them. But
Can't say I trust you, but potential reward outweighs the risks. So I've thrown my hat in.
I get it. Totally. And despite what you might think of me, I appreciate your sincerity. I guess that's all. I suppose you should call Reed. Let him know all set for the meet with Hansen.
so on the one hand, you've got Reed, who's never been anything but honest with me, and might not be telling me everything, but has told me everything that I need to know, and it's all verifiable. And then you've got Songbird, who's done nothing but lie and manipulate everybody since the second we made contact, and who's obviously set this whole meet up just to open her heart to me in order to get me to trust somebody who is inherently untrustworthy. But that doesn't mean she's wrong. Shit.
Read status report.
So me contacted me. Got news.
Let me hear it.
Well, first off, we've been greenlit. Our VIPs ready to be served.
Music to my ears. What else?
Songbird opened up a bit about her sitch. It's looking bad. Real bad. His tech's her only shot.
I hear you. I do. All the more reason to focus on the mission in front of us. Get our hands on that cure.
But Reed, it's on me spilled. We really need to talk.
I know, but later. Not a topic for the hollow. Read one other thing. You need new chrome. An implant that accommodates behavioral imprints. I'm sending you deets for a clinic. The doc will be expecting you. Just tell the Ripper you know she collects unification reward trinkets. She know you came with my blessing.
So who do you trust? Do I tell Reed that Songbird's planning to betray him again? Or not? And go through with Songbird's plan to lie and manipulate every... And how do I know she's not planning to do the same to me? Because let's face it... Here we go. What's all this about? Yeah, she's tugging at the old heartstrings again. Honestly, when somebody works this hard to make you trust them, you've got to be suspicious about why. I mean, it could be that she knows she's done nothing but lie to me so far and she really, really needs me to get her on side, but it also could be that she's planning on betraying me too. It's such a tough decision. Because even though Reed has been nothing but honest, that doesn't mean he's right. And even though Songbird has done nothing but lie, deceive and manipulate, that doesn't mean she's wrong. Oh, CDPR, why you do this? You make the decision so hard. And that's why I love this game. I mean, I don't have to make a decision yet. I do still have some time to think about it. But at some point, I am going to have to decide. And somebody, whether that's Reed, President Myers, Hansen, Songbird, or me, is going to end up having to pay for it. All of that coming up in a future episode. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed this one. I hope you're all having a great day. And as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.